Welcome back to the video, guys. It's Go for Broke Smoke. Welcome to the channel. It's gonna do a review on Cake and Caviar by Waffle Bites. Alright, let's take it a little bit more seriously. Welcome back. Today I've got something a little bit different. We're going to be reviewing Cake and Caviar Waffle Bites, UK medical cannabis flower. Now, as always, this is just a personal, hypothetical style review for fun, educational purposes, based on my own experience, not medical advice. Let's get straight into it. Opening up the Waffle Bites right now. That's what it looks like, by the way. So, on first impressions, straight away I'm getting a proper gassy smell, but I say it's slightly muted. There's also a noticeable biscuit sweet dessert kind of aroma coming through. So I've got that slightly creamy bakery type smell to it, I'd say. And one thing I'd also say, you genuinely would not be able to tell anything unusual about how this is grown. Makes the product really interesting is how it's actually grown. This is premium cannabis grown using aquaponics, which basically means it's cultivated in nutrient-rich water and, you know, that sort of thing. So in this case, it's grown in Habitat's aquaponics farm, where fish and algae naturally create nutrients that feed the plants. So instead of this synthetic feeding methods, the plant is being nourished in a much more natural, balanced ecosystem. It's a really unique approach, and honestly, it's something that sets Cake and Caviar apart, and I've never had anything bad. I've really enjoyed this brand since I've got it. I think it was a few months back or something like that, and it was really good. I think it was the Waffle Bites, but this is the second review on it. It's a really unique approach, I think, and it's something that sets Cake and Caviar apart from a lot of their other brands that are out there, really. And I'll be honest, I've never had a bad experience with this brand. I've had the Blueberry Fuego and also the Waffle Bites twice now. This is my second time having it. Yeah, they've consistently put out quite interesting grown products. The THC levels are not crazy high, so you can get it if any of you got a limit, because I know some of you have a 25% limit. That is a good brand to look for. They consistently put out interesting grown products, and you can tell they're doing something a little bit different. So overall, I do rate the Caviar quite highly, and this one definitely caught my attention because of the aquaponic process. So yeah, overall I really rate the Cake and Caviar brand quite a lot. Now, when I actually ground this up earlier, I did notice something a little bit different. There was a light aquaponic or chlorophyll type smell. Not unpleasant, but you can tell it's a little bit there. You know, it's kind of, but they've done it right, I think, with this one. But it's not unpleasant. It's just a bit more natural, if that kind of makes sense to you. But once you actually use the product, that note pretty much disappears. I don't taste it at all when I have it. And what stays consistent is that it's sweet, slightly creamy dessert smell with a bit of gas behind it. So just breaking this down quickly. The strain is Waffle Bites, brand is Cake and Caviar. It's also a sativa hybrid. The THC is around about 18 to 22%, and the CBD is under 1%, which I don't like. I think I said it in the last video, but I think we need to have higher CBD in weed. That's a definite thing that is missing there. I've seen, I think it was AAAA or Lot 420, I think. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comments. But they did, I think it was cream and apricot That one looked really nice, but I didn't quite go for that one because the price was too high for me, I think. And this, the other thing as well about this brand, that Cake and Caviar is 65 for 10 grams, which is quite good. It's not like the 80, 90 or to 100 even for some of the other brands. And yeah, I do rate this brand because they're not crazy expensive. I think they've max gone to about £85, but again, quote me if I'm wrong. It's grown in Canada, packaged in Portugal and supplied in the UK. And this strain itself comes from a cross of between Cake and Sour OG, so you got that mix of sweet and gassy genetics coming through. Now let's go into the terpene profile. The terpene profile is actually really interesting here. The dominant terpene is mycrene, which gives you that herbal musky base. And then you've got carophyllene, bringing in that spicy, slightly gassy kick. I can't say these words, man, these are crazy. And smaller amounts of things like linalool, floral, slightly calming, humulene, earthy and woody, and bisabolol. Bisabolol. Okay, sweet and creamy. So when you combine all of that, it explains why this strain comes across as sweet, woody, slightly spicy, creamy with a bit of gas. Now, for the flavour, I'd say it's actually a bit different from what the name suggests. You might expect something super syrupy and dessert and heavy, but for me it leans a bit more woody, a slight sweetness, a light creamy, little tiny bit of spice on there. The dessert element is there, but it's not overpowering. So flavour wise, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Enjoyable, but not the strongest dessert strain I've ever had. Effects wise, this is where it gets, you know, a bit subjective here. So around about 20% THC, which I don't think it is. I think it's a little bit higher, but I think because of the terpenes, it just has that really nice, I think it says daytime on the actual bag, because when I get it from Montu, I'm with Alternative. It has the sun or the thing, and I don't think it's always correct. I don't think it's always right. For me personally, I say this feels a bit more nighttime strain, even though it's labelled as daytime. It's got a bit of relaxing, slightly heavier feel rather than something super energizing. So yeah, this part is a bit subjective, but for me, this is more of an evening strain. I've also got a bit of pain in my ankle, but that's not diagnosed by a doctor. But a few years back, from a skateboarding accident, I broke my ankle, so it helps out my ankle quite a lot. And appearance wise, the buds were a bit on a smaller side, but I will say there was plenty inside of the bag. Like, it looked full. I mean, it doesn't look now full. So now the price is where it really stands out, £6.50 per gram. For that price, I think this is absolutely solid value. Not that expensive. It's on the low. I think it, you know, obviously we're all gonna say, could it be cheaper, please, 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 sir? It's pretty good. It's a good price, I think. Very good price. So overall, my ratings would be 8 out of 10. Overall, flavour 7 out of 10. Effects 8 out of 10. So because the ratings I'm giving is more for the price range, because you got a couple of out there like Medicus. They came with some fire cookies. It wasn't that great. I didn't really have that much. I've had some of it, and you know, it's still there. But 100% Cake and Caviar Waffle Bites, I definitely recommend this one. If you're into like a woody, slightly gassy strains, this is definitely worth trying. And that's it. That's my review of Cake and Caviar Waffle Bites. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.